yeah, YouTube, we're doing a bit of a longer stream this time, where I will be playing Nakamura's openings in a ton of chess.com Blitz games. Do remember to smash that like button, it really helps the YouTube algorithm, and definitely subscribe to my channel. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers, I'm really excited to finally start earning some money from the channel. On the subject of earning money, let's start the live stream on Facebook, which is going to be a lot of fun. Really excited to share today's stream with you guys. I also need to keep my voice because if I talk for too long, well, I won't be able to do tomorrow's stream either. So, hello guys, welcome to the stream, and welcome back again. I had to take a bit of a break to look after my inner circle members and also to have a shower and get ready for this longer stream. So, what's the name of the game? I think you know it by now. We are playing on chess.com, and I'm going to try to win as many unrated games of Blitz as I can so that I can ultimately qualify for the Champions League. I'm right now in the Elite League, and I'm a very long way away from the Champions League because, well, basically, the person who's in third place at the moment's got like 1,400 points ahead of me. So my aim is to try and close the gap as much as possible while they're sleeping. And to do that, I'm going to play Nakamura's openings in a whole bunch of these games. Though knight 2 is not so great because knight g4 and the fact he's sinking makes me very nervous that he will see this because I just have a very bad position after knight g4. But what can you do? I mean, knight g3. Not a very good start to the stream though, to be just losing a pawn out for nothing like this. Man, it's thing like, because earlier in the day I was like talking like how terribly I've been playing, and then I start like making this like basic blunt, like just forgetting to play Nakamura's h3 and then knight e2. Just a like bad habit I have to play this bad move all the time. Anyway, continuing on, I mean, I guess I can still... Okay, now he just blunders a piece. So it's not like, not just blundering, he's now blundering as well. He goes d5. Okay, what's going on? Let's go knight f5, and I'm just still up a piece, right? Yeah, knight f5, that defends the attack on the queen, it defends the knight, so that he can't go bishop takes and then takes, and now I am indeed winning a piece. So it all worked out well in the end. Yeah, for this stream I'm going to try to talk a lot less because, well, like I said, I want to keep my voice for some other projects I have in mind. Like, got a couple of courses I want to release next week, and that's going to, of course, be a lot of fun. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever released 2 courses in 1 week. It's going to be a bit of a first for me. First for you guys as well. Now, do remember you can actually follow my stream, but there is a follow button on the, I think, the top right on your screen for this one. And, of course, you can also click on my page and follow that way, but easier just to click the button, right? So anyway, it all's working out pretty well, and, well, I can just chill and just not talk a lot. Okay, let's go here. Okay. Something like this. Maybe we can just use arrows, draw to move, just not bother talking at all. Just show the plan this way for the visual learners. Those are more visual than auditory. I mean, the reason I'm streaming is because I would be playing all these games anyway, trying to get to the Champions League. But, man, it's really hard. Like, you have to play, like, get 1,000, like, trophies a day, it seems, almost, in order to get into the next league. Which is, like, 5 or 6 hours or more of playing each day. So, yeah, quite a, let's say, full-time job of sorts that we have here. But the good news is the position plays itself. The bad news is the guy's taking forever to make his move. So, to get those 9 trophies are going to take me like 4 more minutes, and at that rate I'm not going to qualify if all my opponents do that. I can hear someone's phone ringing in the background, but luckily for me it is not mobile phone forfeit for Blitz games. And okay, it's going to bring more peace in the attack from here. But if you do have any comments, you can always let me know and I'll reply to them. But yeah, if nobody comments, I'm probably not going to talk much. Seriously, dude, just play fast to just end our suffering. I could just preview this because whatever. Yeah, it's kind of unlucky I got to play as a first opponent. But maybe I'll be a bit more lucky on the next one. Okay, this is a guy I might be able to play a whole bunch of times and try to get a lot of points quickly. That's the hope anyway. Dude, I only talk like 2 hours on a pre-stream. Already my throat feels weird. It's not a good sign. Okay, this is a weird move by him. Because only knight 6 around d5, but when you're getting the center, it kind of makes more sense. And now I've got like bishop g4 as well. You might go, yeah, I'm afraid he might go knight e5, but this is just a blunder. You can just take stuff. You might not even see his queen's under attack, to be honest. Yeah, he doesn't even see this. Let's hope he just resigns quickly and doesn't play on until mate like most of these low rate guys. Yeah, it's hard to premium against these players because you just never know what move they're going to play. They're going to do something crazy at some point. I have to play this passive move now. Should have gone queen d4 earlier. Got the queen more active. Can pretty much pre-move at this point, I think. But you never know when they're going to just go completely crazy on you, like 96, for example. Fine, you got rid of my queen. Now you're going to make me take forever to actually win this. I just pre-move now. Just pre-move. Keep everything safe. Whatever. Yeah, you're going to take this guy, isn't he? Maybe I made him instead. Let's just do this stuff. Just pre-move everything. Maybe he doesn't see mate in 1. But maybe he will. F3. F3 I go rook d2. Okay, he doesn't see the mate. Alright, he actually lost rather quickly. But man, he spent a lot of time on his moves. So, okay, let's just do this again. Alright, knight g3. Oh, he blunders a bishop. That's funny. I was going to retreat because he attacks it. Yeah, what's knight e4? That's a random move. It's letting me go bishop d3 and attack the knight. And gain a whole lot of tempi in the process. Like this. Yeah, he blunders this. Not so much to write home about at this point. Yeah, just blundering all his pieces. But he just wants to get rid of my queen, because when he gets rid of my queen, it means it's going to take a million years for the game to end. That's all he seems to really care about. Just making it a painful experience for everyone involved. Okay, knight g5, just knight f7, knight e6, some knight fork. What do you do? The guy's just going to sit. He just wants to sit all game. And hang all his pieces, of course. Come on, let's... Oh, wow, he does this crazy move. I'm not even going to try and take your pieces anymore. Except when you, like, leave one on pre for 5 moves. Okay, I hope he, yeah, thanks that at least gets the game over and done with quickly. Whenever I play him again, I care more about points than, you know, things like trying to play best possible players. But yeah, this is just really weird opening by him. No idea what he's trying to do here. Bishop b5, bishop d7 or something. I don't think he'll see bishop b5. Yeah, he just blunders a pawn instead. And guess what? He gets the queen off again. Seriously? All he cares about is getting rid of the queens. Because he knows the game goes on for a lot longer if the queens just go off the board. But whatever, at least he's playing slightly quickly for a player of this level. So I guess I'm supposed to just be grateful for that. Which way do I take? Okay, he blunders a rook. I could have taken a knight as well and hoped he didn't see it the second time. But he didn't see a knight first time, yeah, he doesn't see it the second time either. I got knight forks. Just resign, dude. Why do you make me plan on mate every time? Like, you know you don't have any chance of surviving with so few pieces, man. Yeah, like every single move he's hanging a piece. It's kind of funny, actually. It's different, like, these players I play raid like 200 and... You know, they raid 200, but they, you know, basically play so that, like, they're actually a lot better than their rating. They just threw a lot of games beforehand. Kind of like the, what's it called? Like the the sort of speedrun accounts. Whatever, I'll give you a rematch. Too lazy to click any other buttons. Let's go F4. Let's do something a little different. I played Bishop C1 a million times already. Okay, just giving me center for free. He's probably going to blunder knight e4 or something crazy here. Okay, we kind of get like a Halloween gambit, like knight e takes e5 lines, but where I didn't have to sack a piece. So that's a good trade for me. Knight f3, hope he doesn't see d5 or something, or d6 even. But of course he does. Oh, so Carl said you have lead chess GM, your 2K go okay already. Yeah, I didn't see it conf because like I'm so used to like nobody commenting, I kind of sometimes forget to check. But yeah, I have lead chess. My username is Craze, but I sort of was playing more on chess.com because of their feature. Like they have this new feature where I've forgotten what it's called already. Like their like it's called the leagues. Yeah, they have the chess.com leagues where basically if you score more trophies than any of the other players like in the league, you end up, getting qualifying to the next league sort of thing. So that's kind of one of the main reasons I've been playing a lot on chess.com, or actually only on chess.com in these streams. Yeah, my mistake is kind of better. It was sort of caused by eating some very tough meat. Like it just hurt my teeth whenever I ate it. And yeah, it was really messing up my concentration and kind of destroying my confidence as well in my chess. But I suppose when you're winning a bunch of games, that confidence slowly starts to come back. Okay, he does this, which does allow me to take. But again, like, every single time he gets these queens off, like, I just want to mate his king quickly, but he's not letting me getting into these deadlock standings every time instead. Okay, you put a piece on pre. He's probably going to play rook e8 or something. Yeah, just trade off the rooks. The faster I trade off his pieces, the easier it'll be for me to win it. Guess it's not like he has anything here. Don't know what the heck he's trying to do with his king. Trying to get himself mated, probably. What am I even doing letting him take this pawn? Yeah, he's just a random pawn pusher. Or like they call them wood pushers is what they would say in the old days in England. So he's just moving back and forth. Like, that's the sign that you should probably resign if you're just moving back and forth every time like this. But no, you just want to... Okay, actually resign. I can't believe it. Okay. There is hope that he is getting the hint that maybe he should resign these games. Okay, there's a free pawn. But see, that's what I mean. Like, he basically intentionally blunders a piece in a way where, okay, I blundered a piece, but in return, you have to trade off the queens. Or actually, I can set up a little trap here. Like bishop d4 and bishop f2 with knight e2, which is way too cheap, but I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. So, of course, you could go knight c3, and that makes bishop d4 look really pointless. But yeah, he fell for my very cheap trap. And it also means actually I didn't have to trade the queens. What a miracle. You could try knight c3. I don't know. Try something like this. Let's just play this and hope he doesn't see one move mate. Yeah, he doesn't see the mate. That's good news for me. Means we get this wretched game over and done with quickly. It's fine, like, you spend like 40 seconds on 10 moves already. That's already a lot of time to spend, but okay, I guess you're figuring out how to blunder a piece the best way, then it's time well spent. It's good to see if we can get to, I don't know, however many games we have. Get to 10 games. You know, Fischer scored a guy. Actually, Fischer's score is like 6-0 or 7-0. I don't know. 6-0 to Fischer scored him. I could go like 95 in here depending on what he does. 97. Now he gets 90. Just have to normally and accept that he's probably going to find a way to trade the queens yet again. Yeah, he's exactly. He's not even developing his pieces. This is why he's rated so low. See, this is what I mean. Like, he's going to just keep blunder the pawn intentionally so that he gets the queens off. Like, I figured this guy out. Like, he cares more about getting the queens off the board than he does about actually trying to win the game. Okay, knight d6. Actually, I could have gone here and I could have tempted him into a blundering mate in one. And he probably would have fallen for it, you know, but decided to play the better move and win the rook with knight f7 and knight h8 stuff. That's all you can get out of it anyway. Probably going to take, and... Yeah, if I sound a little bit jaded here, it's probably because, like, you know... I've been playing so much Dragon. I'm also getting a little bit sick of, like, playing a little bit, but it's also, like, well... If I don't play, then what was the point, like, spamming, like, all these games, like, for the last 5 days, so... It's kind of like a sunk cost fallacy kind of thing. But he actually might be getting mated if King E8. But yeah, he's going here instead. He likes going on crazy king walks for some reason. No idea what thinking is there. A5, he's going to get knight this way. But I still win a piece. Take, this sort of thing. Can pre-move it. I don't think I'll play this guy after this, because like, he's taking a bit too long to beat the guy. I want to try and win these games quickly. Yeah, that's good news for me. You know, I can take his rook after that. If b6 is what I'm hoping for, because rook d7 and his mate, but he's just not falling for it. Yeah, let's pre-move. It's not like he's going to play like rook e5 or something crazy. He probably doesn't even see rook b7 as a threat here. So I guess I just take... I might go rook e7. Something like this. But I can always take rook b1, etc. Yeah, knight d4. He's going knight e2, but okay, I still made his king. Still too fast. Good, knight b5, yeah, c4, whatever. Let's just get this game over and done with. Oh, I have to be careful here. He always has this pawn, so it's not going to be stalemate. Yeah, rook e2. I mean, actually, I could have made it in 2 already. What am I doing? Okay, finally this game is over. Okay, let's play another one. I don't want a rematch. Find someone I refuse to resign against. Alright, let's play more Nakamura openings. Or shoot myself in the head, but I think that playing Nakamura's opening is probably a better option than shooting yourself in the head. Okay, bishop f4. Bishop d3. We need to... I have to be careful this doesn't just win my bishop. Okay, now we don't have to worry about it, at least for the moment. b4, let's go b5. Oh, I could have taken the pawn. What am I doing? Well, I didn't see it the second time. I'll just take and just... I have to be a little careful here. Just castle first. He can take, but I take back. Oh, but he has... He's that bishop g3. Okay, luckily he didn't do this. But now he's taking this pawn. What am I even doing this game? No idea what on earth I'm trying to do in this position. Other than blunder all my pawns back for some weird reason. But now he's blundering this. So all the streams can be just blunders everywhere. Okay, blunders mate. That was really fast. Like 1 minute that game took. I got 9 trophies. Not a bad return. I mean, if I was able to someone like every game in 1 minute, it'd be crazy. But I still don't know like how these guys getting so many points so quickly. Like I check and like 1 hour later, the dude saying has like 500 more points. Like, how do you do that? Like, you're like playing players who are, I don't know, just throwing games to you. Like I have this feel like I haven't checked their profiles. I could be completely off, but I think it might be possible that some of these guys like they are just throwing games against them so that they can win the leaderboard. Because I have no idea how else they're getting so many points so fast. Like it's just too fast somehow, I think. Whereas I'm like doing it like the honest way, but I don't think the system is designed to reward honesty, like with the leaks, as it were. But I'm probably gonna like change some settings, like stop people throwing games or whatever. Like say if the opponent resigns after 1 move, it doesn't count or whatever. That would be a good example. I mean, I've benefited from that rule a little bit, but probably not as much as some others. Should be 6. Let's just castle long. I mean, I'm up pawn for nothing against the 2-300. That's a pretty good sign. It's quite amazing he actually got here in the first place, like being down a pawn for absolutely nothing. Kind of weird. He can go a5, a4. I have to be a little bit careful about my king, but I'll just get out of the pin and just push my pawns forward. This is, I think, a pretty good plan. I tried to play queen f2 to protect the bishop, but maybe e3 would have been better in hindsight. Yeah, now he goes a5 and he's going to try and attack, but where's it really going from there? Like, I can always run the king this way if I want to. You can play like b4, and I mean, what's his pawn even doing? Yeah, if let's go b4, let's just keep it closed. You can go c5, I guess, and try to open like this, but yeah, I don't really see that being a big problem. Like, I just cover it with bishop e3, for example. And my attack is still going on here, just like this. Yeah, he really wants to get in c5. It's actually kind of annoying. I mean, I can play bishop c5, but then he takes my pawn. So yeah, maybe underestimate his counterplay a little bit here. And it might be forced like to take and h4 and something like this. Let's go h4 now. I mean, it's not like his pawn is going anywhere. The thing is, if c5 take, you know, like 96 or something. So let's just push. Whatever. He also has knight a4 ideas. I might be underestimating his counterplay a bit. But yes, g6, I'm kind of happy to see this. Because, I mean, after fg6, you know, I can still play, like, bishop. Nah, but I have to watch his pawn all the time. Okay, let's go queen h4. Set up some attack. Maybe do this kind of thing. I don't know. I can try to go for mating ideas in one way or the other. Okay, bishop d4 now works. Okay, he goes c5. He's trying to throw everything on c3. I feel like I should be able to do something fast. Like, if I couldn't even go queen h7, maybe. I think this works. But he's queens at the end. That's frustrating. Okay. So, on that basis, maybe I should go queen h3 and just hit his rook just to be annoying. I don't know what else to do here. But he has this would check. But then bishop e3. And he has to deal with the attack here and here. Okay, now bishop f6. I feel like it's slowly starting to come together now. But yeah, his pawn is a lot more annoying than I'd bargained for. Like, I thought I'd just blockade and it's nothing, but it's actually stopping my rook from kind of finishing off his king in the attack. So, I could go king to c1 maybe, try to type his rooks as well. Or I could just realize that the h-file attack isn't going anywhere and focus on the f-file instead. Okay, this is kind of weird. I just take on passant, right? Because I was out here rook f1 to defend my bishop and hit his queen. He's going for some weird fortress-like idea, which I don't think really does anything. Maybe queen e3 now. Just kind of keep everything defended. Maybe I want to go d4, d5, but then he takes my pawn all the time. So, and now he wants to take here, so maybe let's go king e2 and just avoid that. I feel like that's probably the best move. I mean, he can sack the exchange though, and yeah, it's not so easy. Got so many threats all the time. Like, I might just have to run with the king, like king f2 and king g1. But he takes all my pawns. Like, I've completely screwed up this game. Just played it so terribly. Like, rook d3 and he's not even losing anymore. Man, how did I screw this up? How did I screw this up so badly? He hasn't even rook to d2. Freaking hell. Oh, I have rook a2 maybe. Though I do lose all my extra pawns after that, but what choice do I have? I've completely screwed this up. It's so terrible. Okay, I do have rook h2 at least, if he takes e4. So the game goes on. If he takes his pawn, it's a dead draw, but I don't know if he can force it yet. Knight f4 is a good move. I do not see he could do that. And he's got knight h5 after that. I'm playing so terrible. And now he's going to try and flag me to top it all off. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know why he's letting his pawn stay alive. Like, is he trying to play for a win or something? I feel like he might be playing with fire, trying to do that. So now I can try and get the rook in or something. And if getting the rook in, this is kind of bad news for him, I think. King h8, he's still hanging on. Okay, not after this. Now I just win. He kind of self-destructed there after I had a complete winning position and just completely played it terribly. Okay, let's pre-move this. I don't care. I'm just going to be good after any move, pretty much. Probably should check for comments. Not that I get many comments on these streams anyway, but, you know, may as well check just in case. Also, I have a new stream schedule, by the way, in case you guys didn't notice. Like I said, to play a lot more chess on chess.com, but I do have a seminar like from Friday to Sunday, so that's why I'm going to be streaming a lot less then. But I'll be streaming more on the weekdays, kind of I'll try and get more viewers. But yeah, this is going to be a long journey, that's for sure. Oh, we have 5 viewers. Somebody must have shared the stream. Whoever shared, I don't know who it was. but thank you, really appreciate it. No, he's going to go g3. Yeah, now I can play the Nakamura setup where you go bishop g7, d7, queen c8, and hack their king. This works really well in blitz and probably even better in bullet. I'm going to see he just will fall to this attack probably. He's trying to play like solid English opening, but now he can't really push into center so easily because of that. I mean, he's even giving me like e5 with tempo if I want to, which is actually a pretty useful move in these positions to kick the bishop and just grab space. Yeah, knight d5 also very, very odd. I mean, it just allowed me to gain so many tempi on his piece, like e6. Actually, I could have even taken the pawn for free, but this actually works better now because he didn't retreat back and now his bishop is just trapped. Bishop g5, f6, bishop h4, g5, etc. So, John Peter says, Schwaratz GM, I guess that means hello, so hello to you as well. I accidentally download something. Warren says, hi GM, yeah, hey, good to have you guys on the stream. I will be obviously checking comments, but otherwise I'm not going to be talking all that much. I need to preserve my voice for a likely course recording tomorrow. Let's play him again because he resigned quickly. Maybe he wants to play a few more. Help me get some trophies quickly. But maybe not. Let's find a new opponent. Okay, I get the 2-300 guy again. That's fun. Okay, let's play the Nakamura attacks up. Maybe I can beat him more quickly with it. Go d6, bishop d7, queen c8 again. Hey, it's just such a fun system to play where you just like hack their king with black because it's so rare that you have systems where you can actually get an early attack on their king with the black pieces, but this is one of the systems where you can actually kind of do that. So, and then now let's queen get in the attack. I don't even need to play knight t6. I can just, you know, attack him in different ways. So I'm going to go right. This is actually a good way for him to play if the knight's on c6 and he has c4. If I have those p moves in, I can maybe try to squeeze a little bit more value out of who I've played. Like knight t6, let's start with that. It does give him d5, and where the hell does my knight go? Probably d4 is best of the bunch. Like bishop e3, d5, and I guess we can at least get some kind of Sicilian position there potentially. It's okay, let's do that. c5 is my move. Yeah, it's not going as well as I thought it would. Like now, I should have taken with the bishop. What the hell am I doing? Because now this pawn is just a weakness. I don't really have a lot to show for it. So, yeah, I don't know. Do I go like queen g4 or something? That does leave the knight kind of sidelined. But if f4, what's my follow-up? I could go h6, knight f3, and I just have nothing. So yeah, stupid knight's getting out of the way all the time. Okay, I have an idea. I go h6, knight f3, and then I play queen to g4. And the idea is if he takes on d4, I take, but if he goes knight f4, I go g5. But he goes h3, and my plan just doesn't work. Okay, so I get the pawn back, and I'm attacking the pawn on d5, which I can just take. Queen a4, king f8, that's nothing for him. My king is still safe over here. I always run this way, or even just, you know, stay on f8 and push like this, which is the way Nakamura normally plays it. Goes knight f4. Have to watch out for some knight fork here. Where the hell does my queen go actually? Does it even have a square? Like, he just goes queen e5, knight e6, and I lose the queen. How the hell does he fluke into this? Like, seriously, how the hell do you fluke? I have to go b5 now and I give back the pawn. My position's actually pretty good in that case, but man, he's so lucky. Like, he obviously didn't plan out at all whatsoever. He just stumbled into this like some fluke. Oh, and now he can just go rook b. Ah, but this doesn't really work. I just take. I can just take him like here, and you know, I can even choose where I want the bishop after that. I have to take rook b1. Where I want like e5, or where I want on d4. I think I want on e5 because I want to attack this guy, and well, I still keep a hidey hole for the king on g7. If rook to b8 check. So yeah, it goes knight c6. I don't care. I'm just going to go king g7, e6, d5, knight f6, and my structure is way better than his. I don't know what f5 is. It's like, it's Halloween, but like, it's Halloween, not Christmas. You're not meant to donate. You're meant to like steal stuff on Halloween, from what I remember. But I don't think the guy got the memo. It's going nicely. He's trying to kill my knight a bit. Let's go h5, knight h6, and free the steed that way. Okay, so he's trying to be annoying. Can I just get the knight out? What is the big deal? But okay, now the thing is, like, is he just winning my knight? He might just be winning my knight in some way. I don't know. I don't see it yet, though. And his knight would have to maneuver quite a lot, and I don't think his king makes it in time to, like, queen to pawn either, because I can, you know, just move around like this. The pawn looks scary, but when I've got all these extra pawns, it's really, I think, not going to be an issue. I thought he was going to go after this guy and try to queen this pawn. Maybe he's going for it now. Like, maybe now the idea suddenly occurred to him, but apparently not. To knight d4, I mean, I could just go around and take, and he's going to try and do something, but there's not a lot he can really do. Oh, I just blunder into this. Oh, that's really sad. Okay, so I was like just winning, and I just, instead of playing knight 8 and just being dead 1, now I just blundered 2 pawns, and it's probably just a draw. Oh, you're kidding me. Seriously, what the hell am I doing? Like, I just played such terrible chess this game, and now I'm probably losing. This is freaking great. Against 2 free like I should beat these 2 free so easily, and I'm just like losing them so much these days. Like, where did it all go wrong? Where did it all go wrong in this chess journey? Did it go wrong with me just starting to play in the first place? I don't know. Not like I'm making my streams anyway. Yeah, I can't even get my knight in to defend. Just so sad. Like, how do I stop his pawn queening? Am I going to seriously lose to this guy? Man, it's so ridiculous. Like, okay, there is one idea I have, actually. I could go knight e6, and I don't think he can catch my pawn if he takes my knight. But the thing is, he queens himself, and then it's just a draw. Okay, I didn't even see he could do that. And how do I get my knight to stop his pawn? I don't see a way. Like, his knight just covers everything. I could go knight d8, but okay, I guess I can get around this way. But yeah, now like it's just gonna be at best a draw for me, and reality is I'm probably just lost in some way. Okay, knight e5 and just okay. Oh, and I'm about to get flagged as well. Oh my god! Wow, he's blundered this. Like h7, he just wins. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, now I think it's just a draw, right? If I just put knight on h8. Ah, he goes this way though, I think. Okay, now it's just going to be a draw one way or the other. Like knight f7. And oh, yeah, okay, it has an automatic draw. I thought it might allow me to play it on flag, but man, I was dead 1 that game. I just somehow only draw it. Wow, I'm meant to play this. What am I doing? Oh, but he doesn't know what to do against this either. That's good news for me. What else? F5. I'm starting to think like... I'm starting to feel like I want to take a very long break from playing. Because I was like, I'm not enjoying it anymore. Like, it's just so painful, like, to... Like, not beat these guys who are, like, 500 points below me, like, nearly lose to them. It's just... You can only take so much, like, suffering like this. The thing is, like, if I don't play, like, what am I going to cover in stream? Because normally, like, streaming is about playing, but maybe I can tell some puzzles or something. I don't know. Just like, you know, when it's, like, hardly anyone watching, like, really good stream, like, it gives you hope, but then, like, you don't have anything for, like, you just have crickets for a whole, like, few days, and everything seems to go wrong around scheduling, so I'm beginning to wonder if it's really worth it, you know. Because I thought this would at least, like, even if it didn't get many views on Facebook Game, I thought, well, maybe it will get some views on YouTube, but it's hardly getting any views on YouTube either. Just, yeah, really, really sad. You know, at some point in time in life, we just have this feeling of complete nothingness, you know, like this complete emptiness. And I just feel like since I started playing, like, I've gone from being, like, really happy and really kind of comfortable and like feeling good about life to just feeling more and more kind of despondent. And I feel like the connection is with, like, me playing a lot more chess. Like, it's got past the point of enjoying it. It's starting to become like an addiction. I should go on e5. What am I doing? Oh, well, I go e5 now at least. I guess it's dual transpose here. So I'm just going to take, go c5, whatever. Something like this. Because if he tries to grab a pawn, he kind of weakens his position a lot in the process. I don't even know if he can keep the extra pawn if he takes on d4. Like, I can even play, queen b6, bishop f3. It's going to work out pretty well here. Like, it sort of actually happens a lot. Like, I'm really passionate about something for a while, and then I just kind of get bored of it and just don't want to do it anymore. It becomes no longer interesting to me. And I feel like that with at least playing, like, but there's still other elements. Like, I think with the something like Corsair, I really feel like kind of getting into that again, because that's something I still feel like I at least would kind of enjoy doing. Like, at least like for a few days. But yeah, I'm starting to think like I'm just wasting time like trying to win these leagues. Like, it just, the reason I was doing it because like it was kind of easy before, but now it's like it's not really worth the time put in to qualify. Like, if you're playing like 7 hours a day, like it's just too much, I think. Especially when like you play and it actually makes you a much worse player. Because I was curious as to like, is playing more going to make me like a better player if I just play non-stop? And for the first day I thought the answer was yes, because I did feel like I was getting sharper and playing better, but now I'm just playing like so terribly the last few days, and I think the answer is no. It actually makes you a weaker player if you play too much. That's my conclusion now. Like, it makes you so weak if you're playing these games over and over and over again. So I can feel like now, I feel like my level has never been worse in my life than what it is at this moment. So it has been like yesterday. Today I'm playing a little bit better than I was yesterday, but still playing very badly. Okay, guy aborted, that's funny. So yeah, I was originally planning to make this a really long stream, but you know what? Quite frankly, I think I'm going to finish it somewhat early, but I don't know when. I'm sort of kind of hoping that maybe like a few people will suddenly show up out of nowhere and there'll be like, say, 5 years or something, but honestly, I'm not that hopeful. Like, I'm just clinging onto a small amount of hope, but not really believing in it right now. Okay, this is a pretty nice position. Just castle. Because the whole point like of this, I thought it would make my life better, and I'm not sure it has. Like, definitely in the experience, I've learned some things. Like, probably my presenting style for sort of course is going to be better just from the practice of having talked so much live and interacted a bit. But beyond that, I'm not sure if it was worth it. The problem is, like, I always have this fear lately that I like sort of give up on things too early. But at the same time, like, it's also you sort of get a feeling that, okay, like, I'm just not really doing the right sort of thing. That's sort of the feeling I get. I was like, okay, I'm just not getting anything out of this, so why am I continuing? That's what I feel about playing these days. Like, I'm just doing it purely out of habit at this point, not for any kind of enjoyment. So Abe said, hey, morning, evening, Max. Yeah, hey, welcome to the stream, Abe. Okay, let's go queen here. I mean, it's not like the thing, I think, like, when you get results with something, like, it kind of itself is kind of motivating, you encourage you like to keep going, but if you're doing something for a while not seeing any results, it's like just at some point you just go, okay, like, what's the point? Like, why am I doing this if I'm not getting anything in return? So that's kind of how I feel right now. Maybe my feeling will change if, I don't know, like, let's say if someone suddenly donates like $20 or something to stream, then yeah, maybe my mind changes, like, okay, this might be worthwhile, but I honestly don't expect that to happen. Like, I would be very pleasantly surprised if somebody donated, let's put it like this, because the thing is, like, I don't really donate much to streams myself, so, like, I don't really understand the psychology of it that much. I wish I did, but I don't get it, to be honest. Which kind of ironic, I'm streaming if that's something I don't even understand, but that's how we got to this point, folks. So he's probably going to go 94. I mean, dude, just moving his knight back and forth all over the place. Maybe queen h3 is his idea. Trying to pin my pawn. And just, yeah, keep clearing my throat. And queen h3, knight f5. I mean, what does he do? Knight d5 or something? Queen a5, I hit his rook. Actually, can I hit his rook anyway? Well, queen a5 immediately, but then rook e7. Let's just do this first. And see what he does about that. He's probably going to go like g4 or something, try to hack my king. And g4 is actually kind of annoying. Yeah. So I lost this kind of attack in a game yesterday that I played. Like, after the game, I was so angry at myself. Like, I just lost, like, a complete beginner to a guy, like, 800 points lower rated than me yesterday, and it really got me down. Like, honestly, I'm still kind of annoyed at myself for just being, like, playing such terrible chess all the time. Like, I mean, yeah, the guy's just blundering pieces, but before that, I was making so many mistakes in this game. Okay, what do I do? Like, maybe h5 or something? It's been nerfed out of sack, but I don't think it really leads anywhere. I just take, and I mean, what does he got as a follow-up? King g8. Yeah, you can play queen d5 next move, just pin his pawn, and I could go rookie. I don't know what the heck he's trying to do here. He wants to go g6, but I just take, and I mean, he has no follow-up to the attack. You can go queen e2 or something. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, actually, Abe actually, yeah, you did a donation, I think, when the stream wasn't live, like about, I think it was 70 stars. I want to give you a shout out for that as well. That's really cool. Dad said, yeah, maybe you should talk about the course available on your site by putting in categories. It would be beneficial to specific rating ranges. Yeah, that's a good point. I actually have been thinking about maybe reworking the courses because I know that, like, at the moment, like, I think that maybe that's why, like, not many people, like, buy them when they go on the site because, well, probably because mainly no people actually go on the site in the first place. But, yeah, definitely like, having its own categories, that's like, for rating ranges, that's a good idea. Because actually I have a couple of courses I would actually think I want to create tonight. I'm even tempted maybe to create them tonight, actually, because I sort of feel like if I spend too much time thinking about it, I'm just going to lose the enthusiasm and not do it. So I think what I'll do is I'll still play a few more games because I want to, well, just kind of talk to you guys a bit, maybe see if my luck might change today, but yeah. I will probably finish the stream somewhat early, just letting you guys know. I think maybe after like 1 hour or so, probably. It was actually if we... Yeah, that time like actually makes it kind of close, like the 4 to 8 p.m. schedule I originally set. Because with the like timings, I mean, I sort of set the schedule. Like I was able to, well, not even able to follow it like for most of the days because, well, okay, some not really my fault. Like I think it's outside my control, but there are also like one night like I just really need to sleep, so just way too tired. I know like other times as well, like I just yeah, was not so well. Like just and weird like. It felt like a lot of things went really wrong for me, and like I don't know why it just happened that way. I guess since you asked me, I can talk a bit more about my course. I mean, what I originally aimed to create was like the chess improvement group was the first online product I actually ever sort of created as such, and the thing is like I actually have plans like I want to like basically bring back like the Facebook ads because when I saw that Facebook ads it was like growing, it was really nice, but it's all just been like kind of this like line for a while, and it's kind of sad because I think the idea itself like was really good, but I felt like people just didn't want to ask me questions. Like, oh no, I have no questions about my chess, and I think the issue was that I created something that like people I created something like that I knew from a coaching perspective like was a really great way to be able to ask a grandmaster for help for things at any time. But that the reality is that people just didn't really care about it. It's like something people needed, but not something people really wanted. So I kind of like fell in love with my own idea a bit too much, basically. And yeah, I mean, I could always like rework the whole group, and it's always something I should do at some point. Just try to fix it. But yeah, I think like for like 6 months or so, I just wasn't really feeling like the passion for a while, like for my business. Like I just felt like I needed to take this bit of a break because I just wasn't enjoying my work anymore. So I kind of did that, but now like I have a lot of catching up to do basically. So I think it's one of the main challenges well like, for people who are like trying to help others. Like in this, it's like you kind of know like that most of the people are not going to get like the results that that they're capable of, or they're just not going to see many results, just not going to follow the steps, even if you lay it out like in the simplest way possible. But at the same time, it's still kind of psychologically difficult until you have like such a large amount of people that you're just focusing on all success stories, because the ones who don't succeed just basically don't say anything, but just drift off. But yeah, it's kind of weird how it works. It's kind of weird because like as a student myself, like there's so many different programs that I should have played King H1. I keep making this mistake of playing King H2 instead of King H1 in these positions. And actually Knight G4 is like winning material. I keep playing his position so badly that it makes me wonder why I play him in the first place. But yeah, that's kind of the situation. So I need to work on opening specifically. I've done puzzles for a year, but I don't play. So if I don't play, do you mean like you don't play in tournaments, like over the board tournaments, like you just don't really play chess games much at all, like even online? Because if I know the answer to that, I can sort of kind of give you a bit sort of better help depending on your answer. Or depending on your explanation, I should say. But I do actually have a lot of different opening courses, and I have plans actually to release like 2 new courses, where one will give you a complete opening repertoire for white, based on the games of Hikaru Nakamura and showing how he wins his games, how you can use the same to beat your opponents. So I'm going to have a course that for white and a course that for black. Like I plan to share it with my email list, because I think probably I could do this because it's probably not going to be a super long course anyway, because like if I make a 20-hour course, like no one is going to probably finish it, I think. So I think like something like a 6-hour course or 7-hour course is probably a lot better in terms of general length. Not like a final, but it's just me like brainstorming ideas and plans at the moment. But yeah, I think like that sort of thing I will probably recommend, like just to, tomorrow, like check out the announcement I make for that course, and I can hopefully use the streams to try to, show like the openings I recommend in action in the course, kind of like I'm doing here actually, because I'm playing Nakamura's openings here, and I'll be recommending his openings in the course as well, and like these exact same lines. So yeah, that would probably what I would recommend to sort of wait a day for that. If there's no chess already, Sims Against Computers. I played one game against human on chess.com. Yeah, I think this is something that's like kind of, I don't know how it is, but something like something I kind of did when I was trying to improve, where I just didn't like play enough games basically. This was one of the things that really stopped me at around the 2,500 level, whereas when I was not as strong, like when I was, let's say, where there's still a lot of players higher rated than me in Australia, like I was playing lots and lots of games, and that was really helping me to improve, just getting that experience playing against a lot of decent players. But then like at some point where I got to maybe about, let's say, 2,500-ish, I sort of wasn't playing anywhere near as much, because in a lot of cases I was just like, would be the top seed at the tournament by a wide margin. It wouldn't make as much sense for me. But then also what happened was then when I was playing, I started to focus too much on the results, and like to sort of get a bit afraid of losing. So I feel like that's probably the one thing that would probably help you more than anything else would actually be to just basically just play some games against humans, and worst case scenario is you lose, and yeah, you might feel really bad about yourself for a minute for playing like some big blunder, but it's still going to be better if you like don't play at all. That being said, if you do need like some sort of maybe confidence boost, like okay, I at least want to know like some basic openings I can play, so that if I'm playing, at least I'm not losing that right out of the opening to some basic opening trap, or you're not just blundering the house because I don't see my opponent's idea. Then you're definitely, an openings course can help you a lot with that, and it might give you the confidence to break that psychological barrier and just play more games against human players, and kind of enjoy that experience, as it were. I guess such. It's probably a bit of a long answer, but I hope that helps. So anyway, let's see. Rook f3. Do I trade queens? It kind of improves his structure a bit, but also my king is a bit less safe than his. So I think that it does kind of make sense to trade. But he has knight f5. Oh no, he doesn't. I just take and take. He probably goes rook g3 or something, trying to prepare knight f5. Like rook g3, king g7, knight f5, something like this. Now he's giving me the pawn. Somehow I didn't even process this whole time. He's rated 1970, which is kind of weird. But okay. I still feel like my position is probably winning if I play it correctly, but I have to be a little bit careful. The question is, what does he do? Like, how does he actually get at my team? It's defending it pretty well. So Abe says, great answer. Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm kind of glad you asked, because I think that sometimes, like, when I just feel very disengaged on stream, I think it's just, like, a lot of it just out of boredom, just not many people responding. Like, even just one person, like, commenting, asking questions, it does make it a lot more interesting. So, yeah, thanks for that. Maybe I go rook e2. Yeah, let's go rook e2. On the 7 franc money in the bank. Although it's true, most of his pawns have moved past the 2nd rank at this point. So he goes rook f2. Let's just trade. And I mean, I want to play bishop c3. Even if I lose pawn h6 in return, I do get play down that e file, which I can try to make use of now, actually, because he's actually, we might be losing, because rook e1's a back rank mate threat, but if he makes luft, I go rook e1 anyway. If bishop d2, I just take and go like rook e1 and still mate him. Notice the guy took forever to make his moves. Alright, okay, I'm going to take a short 1-minute break, but I will be right back. So, see you guys in a sec. Oh, and also those who are watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, remember? And those who can also follow me by clicking the follow button. Just give you time to do that. Okay, I'm back up. Warren Rogers says, GG. Yeah, thanks for that. So, okay, let's play another game. Actually, as I was just walking, I actually had a really good idea. So, with the, 2 courses on Hikaru's white and black openings I have planned, that I plan to start recording probably tonight. Well, basically with those, it just occurred to me, I could play a stream where I basically play his openings with white and black and then, run Facebook ads, using the $5 credit I have that they just gave me for some reason. Then I can just use that, and yeah, I think that will be pretty cool actually, because people watch the stream, see the openings in action, and then to kind of learn how to actually play the openings, and they can sort of get into the course. At least I think it sounds good. In the end, you never really know for sure because it's not up to what I think; it's up to what other people think and how they respond. For me, that. I always found that kind of frustrating because usually the way I think is very different to how everyone thinks, but it is what it is. Okay, let's just castle. This is known as the hippo sap in case you're wondering. And bishop g5 is not meant to be that great because you go g5 and then the bishop kind of is placed on g3 and yeah, it might look like your king is a bit weak, but the reality is I don't really have an easy way to exploit those light squares. You need to do something like put an iron f5, h5 is a long way from that. So I think I'll just go d5, c5, and kind of transition after this, c5 here. I'm pretty happy if he takes g6, then I can take and my rook at the game. Yeah, this is a trap that a lot of players fall for, where they forget about the move g4. And if you don't leave a square for the knight, you might just end up losing the knight. So many of Hikaru's opponents actually lost, so yeah. Abe said, have you considered doing a review of games submitted by followers, perhaps a game review based on a specific quantity of star gift? Yeah, actually that idea has kind of occurred to me, actually. I think it's quite a good one, because I know that, one thing that Gotham Chess does that's really popular is this, guess the elo, where, he goes through a game submitted by followers, and then he guesses, what is the elo of the players, while, giving some instructive comments on the game, how he could have played better. So I do, and actually I haven't kind of figured out how to kind of do the stars benefits, how to, blunder a pawn like this. But yeah, I haven't quite figured out how to do the stars benefits, but I think once I figure that out, then yeah, it'll be great to have this feature, as it were, where you can, where I can offer some comment on people's games. Even though I blundered a pawn, I think I'm still winning his knight on the next move after he retreats this knight. So I think we're all still in good. Because I don't want to really say a number off the top of my head because I might end up changing it. But yeah, I think that something like if you give X many stars and I will have a look at your game quickly. I think it can be a fun idea. Oh wow, I just blundered this. Oh man, I'm playing so terribly. Now I'm just lost, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to try to swindle this. The one good thing is I do at least have 2 pieces and I can... Well, if I can get some attack on the king, it's not so simple, but... Yeah, there's not a good advertisement for the Ikaro course, let's put it like this. Well, actually, it's sort of my course, but about Ikaro's openings. Oh, Matt's... Okay, this is interesting. Matt says, I have a new student, Tommy, wants me to help him become a super GM or a player that is 2 FIDE. I am nowhere near that rating, and I do not even know how to get people up to GM. What can I do to help him go beyond as a non-GM coach? What should I do because players started playing chess? Yeah, that's a very good question there, Matt. So I think that one thing it can be useful to remind them of is like that it's a very long journey, that it sort of steps each step of the way, and that obviously it's not ever as linear as kind of one expects, like as one you sort of imagine in your mind. So it's not like there's going to be a lot of ups and there's going to be a lot of downs. So I would say it's awesome that you have a very high level of ambition, because that is necessary in order to achieve your full potential and to really succeed at the highest level at something. But say, okay, well, we're going to start with the make sure that your basics are good, because a lot of top level chess is actually just doing the simple stuff really well. I just kind of not make any big blunders, not kind of being able to punish your opponent's basic tactical mistakes, and here's probably kind of simple things not putting piece on pre, not missing mate in ones, this sort of thing. So that would be, I think, the way I would sort of, I guess, begin to sort of explain it. Obviously, it depends on the student as well, what their personality is. Maybe one communication style will work better with them depending on their communication style. You kind of feel this when you work with them privately, but that's why I would begin. If you want a good, I guess, story or metaphor to kind of go with that, you could use the metaphor of kind of like with ballet dancers in Russia, where the way they train is from a very young age, say at 3 or 4, they just do footwork for the first year. So that way, it means that by the time they start practicing the ballet itself, their footwork is really good. They just got that basic, just absolutely down pat. And what you can say is well, with chess we're kind of doing something similar, but we're not just doing footwork non-stop for a whole year, because then your feet will get sore and you might get bored doing the same thing over and over. So we're going to mix it up. We're going to have some fun games, going to do some entertaining things, but we are going to be kind of mastering the first of the footwork equivalent, as it were. So yeah, I hope that helps you and it gives you some insight. I know you're a good coach already. You don't need my advice in order to do a good job, but I still think that it might help you converse with that particular student maybe in the most effective way. It's where you're able to kind of support them, but at the same time, manage your expectations as well. It's not just 1 or 2 years, like Donald Trump once said to Grandmaster Palbenko, where he asked Palbenko, do you think that I could become a Grandmaster in 18 months or 2 years or whatever he said? And Palbenko says, well, if you did that, you'd be the first person to ever do it as such. So anyway, yeah, you're welcome, Matt, for the answer. I could help you out. Abe said, it's understandable when you're uncurious with followers, cut yourself some slack when distracted. Yeah, it's true, I guess, when I'm asking throw one level's a lot lower, but even when I'm not streaming, even when I'm just playing normally, still it's I still make these sort of basic mistakes, but it might be connected to the fact that I'm still in that kind of multitasking mindset when I'm sort of playing. That's what it is, a focus. Abe said, yeah, share the feed. Yeah, definitely, if you are able to do that, that would be really awesome. I would appreciate it a ton. And just figure out different ways of saying appreciate, because when I say I really appreciate over and over, it might sound like it's sort of, cliche, but I do mean it every time when I say it. So now I win the exchange, and yeah, it's just so powerful. Actually, one thing that's great about Hikaru's G6 with black like you, get these really nice diagonal for the bishop, and so many times in Blitz, people just miss the long diagonals. I know, for example, for kids, let's say, age about 8 or 9 or so, how, although younger, they have trouble crossing the road because their, peripheral vision hasn't really developed to fully utilize it. So that's why, make sure, there's this teacher, make sure you cross-check both sides of the road, because they don't really catch things in their peripheral vision so much. That's kind of the reason why these, kids, let's say, age 9 or less, sort of struggle a lot with seeing the attacks, from a long-range piece, the bishops, for example, because they don't have that peripheral vision quite strong in general. Of course, if you train, it's a problem, but it's something to keep in mind. That definitely, well, and also it kind of comes up a lot actually in Blitz, even among more older and more experienced players, that they often just don't see the long diagonals until they have a certain level of experience. So anyway, a little bit of a tangent, I guess, but I guess, you know, when you start me talking about crashing, I can talk about it like forever, I think. So okay, king d2, let's go b5. Let's try and open things up for my bishop. Unfortunately, I missed knight c1 as a pretty big miss, because I was thinking of going c1 and trying to get my rook more active, but yeah, I'd say I do a little differently. I mean, it should still be winning with an extra exchange, and it does help that d6, bishop e6 will pick up the pawn on c4, and you know, I can get these pawns moving. So far the game's kind of decent advertisement for the modern. I mean, this h4, h5, I used to always stop at playing like h5, but then I saw Nakamura just let them get the pawn to h6, and it actually wasn't that big of a deal. Like, the pawn really wasn't that annoying. So that's something I kind of learned from looking at his games that was definitely news to me. So I'm going to go bishop f5, put his king on a bad square, and I mean, his pawn on f3 is kind of fixed as a weakness, so I can maybe try and get my rook around to attack it like this. Okay, it's going knight c1. That makes it easier to go after this guy. And I can also, like I said, hit this bishop as well. Okay, just rook h3. And once again, these passes, the rest I think is pretty easy. So king here. I'm going to like play rook f3, attack his bishop. Rook f1, and okay, now he even is losing a piece as well in whatever way. Like f3 or bishop g4 both do the trick. It's about simple removing the defender. Okay, so I blundered the bishop, but luckily it doesn't matter because my pawn is queening anyway. It's about this time I kind of expect my opponent to resign, to be honest. But you never know. Well, we have 5 shares. Yeah, thanks to you guys who are showing. Like, I played Rookie 1 first. Because actually, one thing is, earlier, like, the reason I was a little bit late in starting the stream and I played for the second one was because I was trying to figure out how to use OBS. How to use Streamlabs OBS, I should say. But I was, like, really confused. Like, I couldn't, like, set up the stream the same way I could with normal OBS. So I was like, okay, I don't know how to set up the scenes like I do here. So eventually I said, you know what, I'm just going to... But yeah, it's something I should like check some sort of video tutorial on YouTube. Because when I read like the description, it was really confusing. Because that means I'll be able to like see, like, I'll have the notification when you guys like and follow. And it does seem to actually help a lot with streams, like to have this sort of feature. So it is definitely something I should make a priority to look into. So okay, let's castle. Let's go rook e1, and I mean, my plan will be probably just to try to bring my piece into the attack. Yeah, let's go bishop f4 and take with the knight, maybe. So he goes castles. Yeah, it's kind of a situation where you know the position is good for white, but it's so not so easy to figure out, like, how do you actually attack them, in a sense. And I'm not sure if h4 is actually any good, but I just want to try and do something aggressive here. But yeah, now I just can go, like, queen h5, g6, and it's not really obvious why I sacked the pawn, so let's try... I just queen g5. Okay, but now I think I just win. He fell for my trick. Okay, so my h4 break actually paid off in the end because I got in the Greek gift. Oh wow, it's a 1 minute game. I didn't even realize I said a 1 minute seek. That's crazy. My brain is not processing anything. Kind of funny. Okay, I think... Oh, that's bishop h4. That would be an anti-pre-move. It's a good thing I didn't pre-move queen h8, mate. But okay, let's attack. Oh wow, actually material is still equal even after that. That's nuts. Okay, king e7. I wish I had some bishop f6, but I don't yet. And he goes queen e8 and tries to trade the queens, and I don't know if I can even really avoid it. I go queen h7 maybe, and then rook e1. Something like this. But he goes g5 and still queens come off. But I guess I can take the pawn at least. Get something for the attack. Let's go bishop h2. Oh wow, how am I so down on the clock? It doesn't make sense. Normally play a lot faster than this. So I just have to speed up. Maybe my connection's dropping. I have no idea. Let's trade queens. I don't know what the heck he's trying to do here. Go g5. Okay, but at least I can threaten this sort of thing. And maybe sack something. Unless he stops it with rook g6. But he doesn't, and now I just win. Yeah, that was weird. A 3-minute game, probably just why I played it too slowly. I don't know. Let's play 3-minute once again. So, yeah, so we got some viewers. I mean, it's one thing I know, like, I used to think that I always had to, like, you know, talk all the time, but I realize sometimes it's better just to shut up and let people think about the position. So this is 2 nights again, the way Hikaru plays it. After I did title the stream, let's play Nakamura's openings. Or that's always let's play Hikaru's openings. I already forgot the title of Nakamura, which is kind of funny. So the way Nakamura plays, just goes G3 and just goes for like King's Indian style setup. But it's kind of like an improved King's Indian where you get the bishop pair. Obviously this version is a little bit different. You know, he's playing D4 early, so he might vary the setup. Or not. I mean, now I'm definitely going to play like Bishop C4 and... Actually, it kind of reminds me a bit of the opera game, you know, where you have Morph against Duke of Brunswick, Count Iswad, but... Okay, it's not as good a version because the knights are traded, but it's still pretty good. And even A4, just don't let him get in B5 so easily. Though, frankly, B5 probably isn't that great for him to begin with. But anyway, he goes Queen A5. I mean, I gain a tempo on the Queen. Bishop B4, just C3 kicks it away. And I don't even really care if he takes B2 at this point. I'm going to play like Bishop C3 or whatever. I'm going to go B4 now, just take away squares. Because if he goes Bishop B4, I just go Rook B1 and I think I just win a piece. Okay, technically he has Queen C5 to get out of it. But I'm still opening up the position a bit. But I think, yeah, this is what he realized that I kind of blundered this Queen C5 move idea. Which is kind of annoying. Actually, it's not really a blunder, because I do still have, like, Bishop E6, and I'm still ridiculously better at this point. So, yeah, he just gives up the piece. Okay, now it's kind of easy for me. Bishop B5, just keep the king in the center, or if he castles long, just hack him like this. You know? Resigned, okay, because he resigned early, I'll offer a rematch. See if he's up for it. And we are past the hour mark. That's cool. Yeah, if I didn't mention before, you can also support the stream with star donations. I think they come up in the comments. I will shout out as I see those. Okay, doesn't want to play again, so let's find a new opponent. Okay, I played this guy before. I played him on the previous stream, I remember. I went Bishop D2. Let's do it again, because the way Nakamura plays it. But maybe for 97 I might play A2. Just play it a slightly different way for some variety. If you play the same thing every single time, it can get a bit boring after a while. CD4, yeah, I'll take with the queen. Probably it's better to take with the bishop, but I wanted to hack him somehow. Like D4 I castle long. This is the points that this pawn would be overextended there. If he doesn't play D4, I just kind of get a really nice attacking position with this little queen maneuver I've just done. Oh, I can actually see it on notification, like who shared my, or at least some. I think maybe only friends share my stream. I see it. I don't see all the other shares. What if I click? I'm so curious to check this. Like if I click, no, it doesn't even do anything. That's kind of, oh, but, oh, I have alerts. Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't even know about that before. So, okay, let's go D4. I have to focus a little bit. Okay, let's go Knight F3. So I can see it says Carl shared my stream an hour ago. John Peter shared it 43 minutes ago. Ape shared it 11 minutes ago. Knock Hong shared it 6 minutes ago. Okay, well, thanks everybody for the shares. Matt also came a follower 15 minutes ago. So yeah, welcome to the stream. So yeah, so cool. I can actually see the alerts and read them out. Like it's amazing, like how I've been doing this for a week and there's still so many things I don't even know exist on this feature. I guess it happens when you're new, right? So anyway, I'm expecting Knight F5, and yeah, that's what he does, because Bishop D3, maybe D4. But maybe just Bishop D2 and just let him do his thing. You know, I don't really care. And if he casts, okay, here's G6, right, somewhat vindicates his play, because now he's kind of weak on these dark squares. You know, B4, just open up his king on this side. Let's put the queen on F4. Just stop him doing a G5 hack. Now actually our B5 also kind of stops him getting D4 in so easily because Knight's not covering it. And also kind of shuts in his bishop a little bit. Let's just stop that H pawn in its tracks. Yeah, let's do that. It's knight g3, just rookie 1, and he has nothing. Yeah, he really wants to attack my king for some reason. Probably because he doesn't know what else to do. Oh, I had queen b4. That would have been a lot better. Although maybe he goes knight c4, it might just transpose anyway. He's trying to do something here. Okay, so if I just go knight g5 or even bishop, I mean, what's he doing? I can just take him. This is why I played bishop d2 to cover this square a bit more. And also it may help prepare c4 one of these days. I mean, my original plan was to finish this stream about like 8 o'clock. I don't know, maybe I finished a little bit. I would kind of see like, unless some more people join, it's probably like my, let's say, second last game. But like, I stopped caring about the league. I think I'll, you know, I could, if I played like non-stop from now until when League 3, like just pulled an all-nighter and just played, yeah, I would make it to the Champions League, like the next one. But I think once I make it there, then there's like the league where it'll sort of, I feel like the league's at a point where it's actually distracting me from doing things I really want to do, like create some of these new courses and this sort of thing. So at the stage where I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe it don't qualify for the league and just sort of stop caring about it. Because at some point it just became like an addiction to start taking a hold of my life, which is like what I was trying to avoid. Because I was sort of 4-player chess. And it's like I was replacing one addiction with another. I want to go knight d6. Let's just do it. So Warren says, where about in the world are you? Yeah, I'm in Rakya, Vietnam. So that's to the south, to like the west of Ho Chi Minh City, you know, in the southern region. And yeah, it's like pretty relaxing, a nice little fishing village or fishing town here. Lots of great seafood. So yeah, and this guy's about to flag. So yeah, actually that's also one reason why like there are a couple of blackouts as well, because like, well, normally there are like less blackouts I think in Sydney. I think the difference between the two places not that great, but I had like a blackout like on a stream like about nearly a week ago, and then I was at like a blackout like when well actually it was while I was asleep, so it didn't matter as much. But yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, okay. I will play. Will this be my last game? No, we'll play a few more actually. Looks like this guy's going to abort anyway. Pre-move g6, like Nakamura. I mean, I want to at least, I think, get to 3,900 trophies. Once I get to 3,900 trophies, I'll kind of decide like if I want to play them or if I'll stop. But right now, I'm leaning more towards stopping when I get to 3,900. So that would mean like, that would mean 3 more games basically, and then, you know, call it a day and focus on recording some other things. So okay, aborting. Warren says, I'm in New South Wales, Australia. Yeah, actually, I'm originally from Sydney. Like, I was based in Sydney for the first, 27 or so years of my life. Then I moved to Rakya, Vietnam to live with my wife and her family. So, yeah, times. It's nice about Sydney, like, even though Sydney is such a large city, it's like where nearly all the action is as well, in a way. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's like, you know, when you grow up there, it's like a lot of people who are, you know, like real life friends. Like, it's different to, you know, current situation where friends are like, you know, basically online as such, or at least I engage with them online. And it's one nice thing about Facebook, you know, that you can just so easily connect with people. It's only taking forever to get to my Sikhs. I don't know what the story is there. Okay, 1 minute I get a much faster game. Okay. Yeah, it'd be so worrying if you play like bishop g4. Might blunder that pawn. Apparently not. Yeah, you can go a6 or whatever. Go knight h4 and try something. Could have gone knight e4 with a tactic, but he didn't see it. Okay, so now, I mean, I could even sack maybe. No, let's just take an f4. Let's play it thematic, the way Nakamura would want to play it. Make him proud. I'm trying. Actually, I read something kind of funny just then, actually, that, you know, kind of there was this, talk about how like Nakamura adopts all these different players, like I'm the one kind of taking over the adopting of some of these guys. I guess they might say for because I didn't think of it, but also kind of sound a little bit arrogant. But, you know, I think it's such a common word that like may as well mention it. So f6, I mean, I just take, I guess. Yeah, just take material. can c4 check or whatever. And maybe just open up his... Oh, I could... he had rook f7, but he didn't see that. e5, just open him up. Let's push the pawns down the board. Sounds like a nursery rhyme already. Let's do this. Yeah, I thought he'd go knight h7. Let's just queen our pawns. Simple does it. Okay, he wants to try and do tricks. We're not going to let that happen. Just pre-move the pawns to queening. Yeah, I've got a nice little pawn chain. Let's see if I can complete it before he flags. He's probably going to take though. Okay, I break my own pawn chain, whatever. Don't know why he's playing on it. It's not like he has not enough time to hit the resign button, you know. Okay, so that means we have, well, 2 more blitz games to get to the 3900 trophies mark. Okay, cool. I'm orange. I don't think I've actually been to Orange, but yeah, I obviously know roughly where it is. Seems like a pretty nice town. Actually, I remember at one point, like, my mum was considering, like, should you like, go to Orange, like, because it's a lot cheaper to live there, but then, like, she saw that it still costs quite a bit away from, like, her different, like, medical sort of facilities and stuff, because she's, like, relatively sort of old, as it were. So, yeah. Okay, let's go bishop f4. Actually, I had a game of this against, like, some player rated, what, like, 2600, where they play, like, this way, I was just completely dead one, and then I managed to lose from this sort of position. Okay, it was a bit different because I had at least played, like, b5, and I mean, I had to figure out that, like, b4 94 is actually not working because of knight d1. But it was still, like, I was so angry after that game. That was, like, one of the games that made me think, why the heck am I playing chess, you know? Even though it was, like, an unrated game, like, it was sort of thing, like, there's no way in the world that any gem should ever lose that position as white, even against Magnus Carlsen. So, anyway, the threat's now f4 to win the knight. Kind of surprised the guy rated like 2581 actually, but for some reason he's 2600, likes to play bad openings and blitz it. Never something I fully understood. Because like it's so easy just like to play a mainline opening, you know. It's not like you even have to know that much, like you just play normal setups and you're fine, but for some reason these guys are allergic to it. It's kind of ironic to say, given that like I'll be covering like systems like white mainlines in the Nakamura course, but you know what, it's kind of a bit different if Nakamura is playing at least, you know, like some top gem is playing these systems, whereas stuff like, you know, c6 on move 3 against this Nakamura reptile, just like, I'm surprised how many people do it because it's just so bad. At this point he just lost. Well, I don't know why, but first thought you were from the UK. Yeah, I know a lot of people think I have a English kind of accent as such. So yeah. Like, I noticed that kind of did change, like, when I, moved to, like, Vietnam, like, or actually when I first went to, like, that's when I noticed, like, my accent's, like, not maybe naturally Australian, maybe as some other people. So, anyway. Go, like, e4, knight f... Yeah, just drawing random things to I'm bored now. Like, I played Enigma Code sometimes before, but I don't remember if I played the Modern against him before. I guess it's the first time for everything, right? Let's go e5. That's the way Nakamura likes to play it, where you go like, f5's not so good here. He can win a pawn, but he didn't see it. He could have gone ef5, queen h5, but now I just get a much improved King's Indian, which something it's so obvious to me I didn't even think to explain before, but it's kind of a point that in these positions, like the whole point of like playing g6, g7, d6, e5 to some extent is because you're basically aiming for this King's Indian where you get an f5, but where you don't have to move the knight like d7 or h5, e8, then play f5, but you just get it in one go and then knight f6. So anyway, he's just giving me a free pawn there. Kind of surprising. I guess that's one reason why I started playing the Modern like in 2009. I started learning it, where it wasn't just because there was this great book by a particular person on the called Tiger's Modern. Like that was a book that kind of I was studying and it really helped me get into it. But it was also the fact that before then, like up to like when I was a baby to like 2007, late 2007, I was playing the King's Indian almost exclusively against 1d4. So kind of like learning the Modern was only really a very small step. Like I was still playing a very similar kind of way. So I do think, like, if you, let's say, are normally a King's Indian player, but, you know, you don't like some of the variations you're getting in the King's Indian and you want to try to get better versions of them or just avoid certain lines, I think the modern move order is a pretty good way to do so. And actually, in a previous course I did the Club Play to Expert Repertoire, I actually did recommend like one D6, G6 move order actually as an alternative repertoire. In that course, like my main repertoire there was recommending the, actually it was something completely different to King's Indian. But yeah, this was the alternative repertoire I sort of recommended there. I do have that course in the link in the description. I'll take the Club Play to Expert Repertoire. But if you want to get the best value, best if you want to join my inner circle instead. I mean, it's not like anyone's watching us anyway, but you never know. I just thought, well, it's kind of a point where it actually is kind of relevant in terms of the story that, you know, I used to be a King's Indian player, and then I realized I kind of liked the modern just better. I just had better results with that move order for some reason. So that was my experience, and you know, maybe you can learn something from it. Now I'm just going to pile the pressure on the pawn on f2, which is a backward pawn, and you know, f4 I can just take on passant. So yeah, now I mean, his pawn just fall apart. I mean, with the modern, like, I notice when people face it, it's just so easy to kind of overextend against this opening, where like your pawns end up becoming weaknesses if you don't follow up correctly. So anyway, if he goes bishop a4, I take, and you know, his rook is also on as well. So let's just play c5, just defend everything. You know, pawn just absolute mass here, just complete monsters. Gonna bring my king to the center and queen a pawn at some point. Maybe go b5 just to defend the pawn. So he goes b3, which actually is a blunder, because now he loses the bishop. And I would expect him probably to resign around this point. And how many points? Yeah, I'm at 3,900 on this, but I don't really want to try and win this league, because it'll kind of derail all my progress like I want to do for next week. So I think I'll probably finish the stream at this moment. I mean, I don't really have that much else to say other than, you know, keep an eye out for my announcement, my videos where I talk about the, you know, the Hikaru courses once actually released. The kind of times I have in mind to play 1e4 like Hikaru and play 1 g6 like Hikaru. That is g6 for black, obviously, like I did in this game. Looking forward to recording those. Warren says GG. Yeah, it was a fun game to finish a stream, and I guess that's about all. Do remember as well, like, to follow the stream if you haven't already, so for those who are watching the recording. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Get out of here.